God. They can't. I moved just slightly and I was like, oh, I'm not comfortable anymore. And then it's a whole fucking job to get comfortable again. Right. So in 3, 2, 1, welcome back everyone to How to Introduce Part 3 of the Fantastic Four. I don't know how the hell I'm going to start these things anymore. But yeah, so this is going to be the third part, the third movie in our Fantastic Four trilogy. As always, you can find me on Twitter, Mitch692, and once again, I'm joined by Sean.
Hey, you can catch me here. Social media is off limits again, so you can catch me right here every Monday and Friday or whatever,
Whenever we get them out. I would love to be every Monday and Friday. Unfortunately,
yeah. Hopefully, everything goes back to semi-normal in the next couple.
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully.
I don't know how quick that's going to happen, but I mean, it looks to be slowing down here, but I'm not holding my breath on it. So.
Yeah, I mean, stuff like it's starting to slow down here, but they're also talking about like, hey, this is not over. We could have a very vicious, bad second wave. So
it's all well and good. It's slowing down, but when people go back to work, that's when it comes back up again, and you're kind of like, oh no, we're right back where we started again. So
I don't think anything's going to be semi-normal until a vaccine is made.
Oh yeah,
that. It'll just be the flu after this.
Oh God, I hope
another shot that you had to get at the beginning of the month or year. So,
but that is not why we are here. We have done the 2 parts before. We have our cast. We have our director. Did we go over the cast again?
I don't know. Did you write it down?
I remember mine. I've got Rahul Kohli as Reed Richards, Rose McIver as Sue Storm, Logan Lerman as Johnny, and Lee Schreiber as the Thing. They are my favorite.
If I can remember, I think mine was...
You had Krasinski and Blunt.
Yeah, the safe bet for the leads. Ben Grimm was Carl Urban. Asa Butterfield as Johnny Storm.
That's the one.
I'm trying to think who I had for Doom. It wasn't. I don't know. I forgot what.
Didn't you say Nicholas, the guy who played Jamie Lannister?
Yeah, I believe that was.
I want to say we were in agreement on that one.
Oh. You also said that. Man, I'm having a brain fart. Javier Bardem.
Yeah, it was my other choice.
That was.
And yeah, slight little hiccup there. You won't even probably notice it, apart from the fact that I just said it. So Javier Bardem as Doom.
Yeah,
I think that's probably where you're going to land in that.
Yeah.
First movie I had the Aliens ripoff with I'm going to be honest about that one with Lee Winehouse. Yeah. My director, who I want all 3 for all 3 movies.
Yeah,
that's why we didn't do another one last week. You had Alex Garland
for all 3.
Yeah. So cool.
So
there we are. Yeah. My first part was an Aliens ripoff. What was your first part again?
Hi, man. It was so.
Was yours just straight in the 60s?
I think it was half and half.
So I remember your second part. You wanted the whole Monster Island thing, didn't you?
Yeah.
Right.
I wanted the monster. I wanted Mole Man introduced at some point.
Good old Mole
Man. Not sure who. I can't remember who. If I named who I wanted to be, I just think I named. Just get Dan DeVito.
Dan DeVito is great. I can't remember what my second part was. I know I had the end credit scene with Doom doing the whole magic with the armor thing. But you said last week, to get right into the plot for our third movie, that you already had your third movie planned out.
Oh, yeah.
So, I want to hear it. So, go.
Okay. I think it starts off with where they picked up on Doom. He's, I'd say, a month after that last end credit scene. I think we were talking about him invading a country.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I had either Wakanda or Krakoa. Yeah.
Right. And I think the whole movie just revolves around that. Then you got the hints of Franklin, Richard, and Valeria coming into the picture.
Yeah.
I think pregnant. Like I think I was talking about like what I wanted, like that one issue of Fantastic Four where they had Doc Ock.
Yeah.
But you kind of replace Doc Ock with another character.
Yeah. Make it Dragon.
And then like, yeah, Dragon Man. And I think it just revolves around like the main crux of the movie is just about like the whole confrontation between two countries, between Doom trying to invade Country X. We'll just say Wakanda because it's been set up in other movies, and like you just have that main crux, and then I think the ending is what, because you gotta what I wanted. I don't want a trilogy. I want what Thor's doing right now, like going into that fourth movie. I want the ending of this third movie to just have Silver Surfer just come out of the fucking clouds.
Nice.
And something like that issue where he was introduced, and then you got to hint, you got to bring in Galactus at some point. And I think Fantastic Four is probably one of the perfect places to introduce that character. I just want that. I want that cover of the Jack Kirby issue with Silver Surfer just appearing out of the clouds and saying, "We have a problem coming."
Yeah.
But I think Doom invading the country. I feel like I'm jumping all over the place, but the middle part is like I wanted that confrontation between Wakanda, the two kings just going at it, and just kind of I feel like both countries have to be leveled at some I don't want either country standing at that point. I want Wakanda to feel the repercussions of that war, but I don't know. I think Doom's one of those characters that could just carry over to any movie. So like it could naturally, he can naturally being in like a sequel to Black Panther, like whether it be 3, but
which is precisely why he's not going to be in my third movie.
But that I think the ending of the third movie is that's what I put a lot of thought into, because I just want that cover, of the introduction of Silver Surfer and Galactus.
Yeah.
I just want him to come out of the clouds and say, "Hey, he's coming," and then kind of just walk, like because I want a fourth movie, and I want the fourth movie about. I want it to be like trial of Reed Richards, but that's just too early.
Yeah.
I think
that'd be cool.
I mean, you could pull some of the elements out of that series, but I think the fourth one has to be just like, I don't know if we're gonna do the fourth one like in the series, but like that's how I want the fourth one.
I mean, we could always come back to this. I was planning to move on afterwards, but we can always come back to Fantastic Four.
Yeah. But that's how I want it to end. Is just like the introduction of Silver Surfer. I don't want nothing to be foreshadowed. I just want him to come out of nowhere. Just kind of like.
I mean, that's kind of the best thing for Surfer, isn't it? Really, like the whole point of Galactus is you don't really get a pre-warning bar Surfer, and even then, it's not really a warning. You don't know what this guy is.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, the silver thing, cool. And then boom.
Yeah, I think you could go back to his origin in his movie, but I think you need to get that introduction out of the way. And I just feel like that cold opening for his character is probably one of the perfect ways to do it. It's just I think it would blow people's minds to just like all of a sudden clouds just start clouding up, and next thing you know, you just see this silver guy on a surfboard.
Yeah.
And I don't want his trunks. I want the trunks.
Did
I want
he
that
wear
Jack
trunks?
Kirby. I think in the Kirby he drew him with trunks. Might have been wrong, but I thought.
No, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. Trunks on Silver Surfer.
I just want, because I want as many homages to Kirby as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I might be wrong on that.
I mean, you're definitely not wrong. So I'm very much leaning into the Kirby aspect. You have to. It's the Fantastic Four, don't you? Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I think if you're going to introduce this character, I think the Fantastic Four is a perfect, you know, like kind of like opening the door, you know.
I say I done the. You know what? Let's do the Trunks. Let's do it.
Yeah,
It's Kirby.
I don't know.
But would you make them silver? Or would you make them black?
Nah, I like that classic Kirby look. I mean, he looks like I'm looking at a picture right now, and it looks like Trunks are drawn on him.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me because it's kind of like, oh, I've got a giant silver naked man. Like, I had to cover him up in the kid magazine.
Yeah. But like, you don't necessarily have to put him in Trunks, but you can give it like that hint that, just the create an aesthetic for the character that makes it look like his Trunks. You don't necessarily have to put
just give him some like surface detail to make it look.
Yeah, you don't have to put the board shorts on him or anything like that. You just have to just give me that round surfboard, the rounded at the tip, and just that look, and just introduce him with that Kirby, like just go full in, that Kirby crackle it out, man. Like give me that, when he busts through the crackle. When he busts through the clouds, you could just give him that like Kirby aesthetic to it, like
that good old naked space crackle, just like
like it's always been hinted at, but it's never been kind of like in Thor Ragnarok. It was kind of hinted at that aesthetic was in the movie, but it never was fully, and we don't know what the Eternals brings to the table when it comes to that, but like. Up to this point,
if there's one property that don't do Kirby Crackle, and I'll be mad, to be honest. No.
Yeah, it would be a little disappointing.
You don't say you're gonna go full Jack Kirby and then don't do the Crackle, because then you've half-assed it and you let yourself down.
Yeah, it's a disappointment if you don't, pay I love Stan Lee. I love him to death, but we paid a lot of attention to him, and Kirby hasn't really gotten his due, I don't think.
No.
And I think that these characters could definitely, and he's just as much of a part of creating these characters as Stan was. And so like just give him something, they finally gave Bob Kane his due. Why can't we give Jack Kirby his due?
Yeah, I completely agree. Which is why what I'm going to do is something very similar to you. As I said, no Doom in this movie. Doom can go do whatever he wants, his own show, movie, or whatever. No. We've introduced him. He's mad. He can go do whatever he wants now. Very much want the Surfer and Galactus in this. I kind of want the Surfer to hit the moon first and disturb some people on said moon. And, reboot everything that way, because why not? Obviously, it's going to be after the Miss Marvel series, which is clearly going to have some connection to it.
Yeah.
But, maybe go to the moon, something happens to Crystal, and then like the first bit of the movie, you're following Crystal and Johnny. That's what I'd do. Then, then at like the halfway point, you get the Surfer comes back a little bit. Give him like the black around the eyes and just white as well, kind of like a Spider-Man look, but kind of not. That classic like.
Is it sort of like the Silver Surfer black look? A little bit.
Did you read the Dan Slott? I think it's Mike Allred run. The recent.
No, yeah.
I was gonna say in that he's got like. I even think in the Silver Surfer black actually when he's just silver he's got like black around the eyes.
Yeah. I'm looking at
make him stick out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Kirby did it originally as well, but just go. Like it's very kind of like Ditko-y Spider-Man, but just give him the black around the eyes, just to give so he's not just a flat silver. Like give him
like highlights.
Yeah, and also like don't make him. The problem with the Rise of the Silver Surfer movie was he looked just like a silver person. I know he essentially is just a silver person. Make him look a bit more alien. Yeah, exaggerate some features. You could make him like the basis for Easter Island. Give him that sort of like Easter Island head figure look. Like,
okay, yeah, I like
just to make him look different a little bit. And obviously keep the Say it again, Black Granny Hours, because I want that. Obviously,
Yeah,
that nice long board. It's got to be that.
Yeah, I think that the movie version of the Silver Surfer that was introduced in the Rise of Silver Surfer it just seems so fake. Like it didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't have anything to kind of distinguish different features on his face or his body. You know, just give him something like you don't necessarily have to ink him out. You know, to like, but like you could give him dark rings around the eyes, dark, you know, like shading and stuff like that. Just a little bit to kind of like stand him out, like other than looking like a hood ornament, basically.
And say because like that movie was literally like an art student's. Oh, cool! I learned how to make the metal effect on people.
Yeah, I mean I think in that movie, like his involvements were kind of like my favorite parts of those movies. Besides the look of it, but like there was definitely like it was hard to. I don't know. There was just something about it. Like I don't know if they could do it back then, like digitally, but I think now they should definitely have zero problems. Kind of like, making them look, like
I say
don't know,
my only problem is I'd want him because in that movie he was kind of dull, like dull silver.
Yeah.
Like I make him reflective.
Yeah.
And give it the proper like organic reflections on everything. Like that's gonna be a pain in the ass to CGI. But if you make him bright, shiny silver, and it'll make him stand out. Like give him a bit of dirt because space dust and all that. Like black, but for the most part,
makes sense though.
Yeah. Or even don't give him like any dirt or like any space dirt on him, just because he's kind of he's got the power cosmic. Why would he ever be dirty?
But like it makes sense though. Like if you're a person that has been out in space, like parts of planets or debris is gonna like cling to you, especially if you're organic metal or whatever it is that he is. I mean, they definitely need to. I think the Rise of the Silver Surfer was a good start, but it wasn't like something that was I feel like a finished product.
No.
Like I didn't like the board all that much because it just looked like a disc, and
yeah. So it's got to be like long, thin, and like have the texture on it.
Or because I mean, I think I know what they were trying to go for in that movie because like, how's this guy gonna know what a surfboard looks like? He's an alien. Like we only say that he is a Silver Surfer. It's because we know what a surfboard looks like. But like you can give it like that look. I think the look of that board was just kind of weird to me. Like it didn't look. It didn't look like a board. I don't know. It just looked like a teardrop.
It looked very
it looked
mid-2000s, like it was because wasn't it round at one end and pointy at the other?
Yeah.
So just make it like a long thin, like who's to say like aliens don't know what a board is? Like,
it's true. I don't know.
Highly advanced race such as his, like I kind of hope he knows what a board is.
But I think it was a good start, but it just wasn't for me anything. It didn't really resonate with me. I mean,
it was nothing to write home about.
Yeah, I loved little things that they did with them. There were some good things that they did with them, but I think the good things and the bad things kind of are lopsided. I think, that movie is a whole different problem altogether. But like, he was kind of sort of the brighter points of that movie. But I think with the movie that they want to do now, it has to be 10 times better, or people are just not gonna like care.
Oh yeah, they got to nail him. And is it? I can imagine him being a tough character to get down just because of how what's the best way to say it? Straight he is.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, you can chip away at that over time, but straight away, like he needs to just be straight faced.
Who do you want to play? Like who do you want?
I was just like building up to ask you exactly that question because I have no idea. I wouldn't say no to getting the guy who did him originally back.
Yeah, Doug Jones. Yeah.
Wouldn't say no, because then you could do something like, is it? You got J. Jonah Jameson over there, but you could do some interesting multiverse thing. Like, who's to say it's not the same surfer from that movie?
Or what if he's the same surfer and he's just a different because I don't know if this has been ever said is especially whoever interprets it I always looked at different interpretations as different versions of the same character.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. Somebody in a different universe might interpret him to look differently. I don't know. I like the again, I like the Kirby look more than because it looks lanky but not too skinny. It's just that perfect medium, and I thought Doug Jones did a good job. Problem is they definitely need someone else for a voice though.
Just pure look wise, Doug Jones. Or whatever the guy's name is, I'd get that. But then even his voice, I kind of like the voice because you need that straight stoic sort of thing.
And he's,
I mean, to be fair,
I liked his voice.
Just get the guy who did Red Skull in Endgame.
Yeah, why not?
Just get
Ralph Corey. Why
That's
not? He's taking over everybody else's roles, so he's going to be the next Captain America, I'm sure.
What? I hope it's not Anthony Mackie because yikes. But no, I kind of like my idea. I'm just completely spitballing now on top of my head here.
Yeah.
But keeping it the same Silver Surfer as that movie, you can eventually build up to your Council of Reeds and introduce the fact that there's more than one Fantastic Four, and then you can get that guy back as a little cameo Easter egg sort of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe he's the one that went absolutely bonkers in that hit run and do that way.
Yeah. For me, I love the Doug Jones thing, but I like who's the guy that played he might be typecast after this, but who's the guy that played Dr. Manhattan in the Watchmen series?
Oh God.
I forgot his name, but I think
he's got one of those not weird name, but
I think that I think after watching him in Dr. Manhattan, I'm like, yeah, he can make a good Silver Surfer. I mean, he's got the stoicness down. He's got the body.
So he's got something else.
Yeah, that's what the trunks are for, though, because you got to contain that thing.
I was we can't show you that with Yahya Abdul-Mateen. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II.
The silver knob. I mean, as much as I love Doug Jones as the character, you gotta he might have I don't know what he looks like now. He might have changed slightly. Maybe he's too lanky for me. I don't know, but I like that guy for he's got it. I think he's got both. You don't you take away another person. You don't have to pay another person to do the voice. You just got this guy that can do it all. And that's who I thought would probably be good.
Actually, I said it was Yahya Abdul. Is it actually him?
Wasn't he? He was in Aquaman too, right?
Yeah, he was a Black Manta.
Yeah. I just see that guy. He seems like the perfect, the perfect proportions for body weight. He's got the perfect balance of the Ron Lim and the Jack Kirby look.
Yeah. And it's definitely Yahya Abdul.
Yeah. And he looks good bald, so I mean that's a plus, right?
He does. No, I could see him doing a good Silver Surfer. Actually, that is a good get. I don't even know why I didn't think of that. Manhattan and Surfer are essentially the same character anyway.
Yeah.
People are gonna hate that comic, but it's true.
But I mean, he might get typecasted after this, but why not? He played two iconic comic book characters. Why not? People are chomping at the bit to do stuff like.
I was gonna say he's done you've already done two DC projects. Why not do a Marvel? Just do.
Mix it up, man.
Have a finger in every single pie. Why not? Right.
And we don't know we don't know if he's gonna be in season 2 of Watchmen, if that ever exists. So he might not be committed to like that might not be an issue for him. You know,
Exactly.
I don't know. I look at him in Watchmen. I'm like, yeah, I could definitely see him. You take away the blue, you add silver.
I'll say just make him silver. Yeah, it's perfect. Actually.
Add some like faux shrimp trunks on him. You know, and like you got yourself a perfect Silver Surfer.
Mm. And then of course that was that it got to the second act. My third act, obviously you're gonna have to have Galactus.
Yeah.
My only question is, it's like, oh, you're having Galactus at the end again, and it's like, actually no. It's like, you have the Galactus trilogy, and it's like, you know what, sod it, just have him keep coming back.
I mean, he's a force of nature, anyways. He never dies. Like he's the perfect person to keep coming back and back. Like he's like you can't destroy the character. Like I mean, at least the characters in these movies are not capable of destroying something like that.
No.
And
even with my humans on that, ain't gonna happen.
And you gotta have him in that classic purple, like no smoke clouds, no nothing. Like big G on his chest, and like just.
Like I want him rocking up in his ship as well. Yeah. Even if it's the little Kirby platform he has, just give me that. Like have him do the size changing thing. Like I want him to be massive, and then he shrinks down. Like we're doing it this way.
Well, I mean, for sure. And like, do you just have him coming out of the clouds, like just the outline of that ship just popping through the clouds?
Yep. Just descending.
I mean, and I as much as like in my trilogy, it just ends like there, because like, just I want to keep people coming back and wondering like, hey, is this character coming back? Like I know it just seems like the perfect punctuation point to that character.
I mean, that's not bad. Have the movie end with like him setting up the giant like planet eating machine, whatever it's called. I can't think what it's called in that minute.
Any energy matter, just whatever. Just
some
put a bunch
giant
of together.
Kirby looking thing, just like just decimating this part of the world. No.
Tubes coming out of it, like. Yeah. Do you ever watch the? I think it was the season 2 of the World's Mightiest Heroes with everybody fighting Galactus's like, and it's just him on.
The Herald. That's another thing you could do as well. Don't even have Galactus reach Earth. Just have it be the Heralds.
Yeah. Well, like I think I think for me, I think the Silver Surfer plays out as how it did in the original comic, where he was the hero at the time, but he's coming to warn the Earth. Yeah, and like he kind of flipped, right then and there.
You have like Terrax and everyone else behind him coming.
Yeah, just something to say, like I want the Silver Surfer to be. Like, I don't want him to be like perceived as the hero at first. I want him to be just like
you want
first
that
of all, I don't want I want him to like kind of earn, because he's kind of have to, because like I don't know, I think he has to have that history with Galactus to kind of work. I don't know. It just seems for me at least a good choice to have him just come to Earth as a herald. And his whole real goal was to kind of warn Earth, like, hey, he's coming,
Yeah.
You better get prepared, Get your man diapers, everything.
I think actually having like Galactus should just show up at the end, but the Heralds being the fight, I think I like that idea better actually. Yeah,
because
he is a build.
Yeah, you don't want to give it away right then and there.
No.
You want to kind of like you want everybody to see that purple suit, like you want hints of him, but you don't want a full on glance, like you don't use that full glance for the end of part, the third part of that movie, It's just kind of
what we'll do is we'll pull an Infinity War, not Infinity War, what Captain Marvel did, and the end credit scene is a scene from the next movie, but it's like 5 years down the line.
Down here, yeah. Like you kind of like flash forward just a little bit.
Yeah. So it's getting No, they go out searching for everything, but I don't mean he's that quick. No, he's a big boy and he goes back quickly, but he could be the other side of the bloody universe, what we know.
Yeah. It's like, I think the end of the movie is like the Fantastic Four is already established. Like they come out, something strange is happening outside, so they go on top of the Baxter building, and that's when you see the Silver Surfer just pop out of the clouds and say, "You better get prepared. He's coming." And like just kind of leave it at that. You don't even have to say Galactus is coming. You just say he is coming.
Yeah.
I
would not.
That's how I would. Like, because you don't necessarily have to say Galactus. People are gonna know exactly who you're talking about. When you say he is.
I mean, even if you don't, you're gonna get 1,000 articles being like, "Fantastic Four 3 explained."
Yeah. Like, no way, really.
Even then, if it's all the heralds in the movie as opposed to Galactus himself, calling it like the heralding of Galactus.
Yeah.
Like, and people are like, "Oh, what's Galactus?" It's like, he's the thing you see at the end, the big dude.
That
supposed
big
to
guy
stay
in
through the credits, man.
That purple guy,
That's probably. I just want just something that like can give the Inhumans a bit of time to shine and show them off properly. Like, also they're in the introducing the Fantastic Four. Like, it's how it should be. If you're doing full Kirby, that's going full Kirby. Yeah, this is plagued with technical hiccups, so please bear with.
Sorry.
Something going on.
Not sure whose fault it is, but we're just going to blame Skype. So.
Yeah. It's a good advert for Zoom. I might actually try Zoom. I don't know if you can record on there, but if you can, sorry Skype, you're out. So, yeah. I think just the Surfer mainly for this movie, and then whether like Galactus or just the Heralds. I'm sticking with just the Heralds, and because
Heralds, you don't want to like give this character away right off the bat. This is a character that I feel is going to stick around for a long time, but it's very significant. You don't just want to throw him in there and just you want to hint at him. You want to give him people teasing, but you don't want to give him away completely.
You could even have like a second post-credit scene of Reed making the ultimate nullifier or finding it somewhere.
Or just do like that second stinger could be just like seeing the ship, just seeing
that giant cube or whatever it is,
just passing by the moon, and just say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like you could see, like you could do kind of two things. Is like you could kind of reintroduce the Inhumans that way. Just have him pass the blue area of the moon or whatever. And just have people look up and see this like giant cube flying by, and it's just stationary in front of the Earth, and then you just kind of leave it at that.
So what they desperately need to do though is get the scale right.
Yeah.
They need the scale of him right. He needs to like dwarf a planet. Yeah.
I don't ever think they're gonna ever disappoint you any more than what that last movie did with the character.
I mean, if he as long as he's just a person, they can't disappoint me any more than having a cloud.
That's true. It's
with
a
an
cloud
eluded silhouette. Like, no, let's not do that again.
No, that was just that to me. That was like the biggest letdown ever. I think even back then I couldn't go. Yeah, I liked a little bit of this movie, and then once they introduced the character as a because I seen the big puff of cloud, I was like, they can't just leave it at this, man. No. You can't just do
giant cosmic butthole.
Yeah, and they just did that, and I'm like, they didn't. They hinted at it a little bit, but they never ever like it. I don't know. It was just like, why can't you just go there? Like at this point, you introduced people that could light on fire, stretch, turn invisible, a rocket
made out of rocks.
Yeah, why not? Why are we just gonna say that this thing is a cloud of of smoke. What is that? What is that gonna like? I don't understand. You know, like, are you gonna kill? Is he a pollution? Is this like an environmental statement? I don't know. You know? Like,
yes. Every world that's been destroyed, the pollution in the ozone layer has formed around his ship, and that's.
I mean, they could have given me the ultimate version of Galactus, and I would have been a lot happier than what they gave us in that movie.
Which one? I think there was a couple.
Yeah, I mean the sentient beings that look like they look like the Galactus head. I mean, you could have given me that, and I would have been a lot more happier.
See, I'd have been happy with the bugs.
Yeah.
Like the Galactus one, Galactus Wave, whatever it's called. Like,
yeah.
I would be fine. Sod it, have that in this movie. Do all the bugs and do that, and then have Galactus show up. Like,
sort of like the bugs are the heralds of this thing, you know.
Kind of, yeah. But like it's more like something the heralds have themselves. Yeah. And like it just prepares the planet, like tenderizing it a little bit, and then he comes along with a giant hammer and just like don't.
That could definitely using those things could definitely kind of like introduce like what an annihilation wave would be. Like maybe this turns into the annihilation wave, or maybe Annihilus takes over these beings, you know.
I mean, we couldn't even go one step further, and it's messing about with things like just have it be the Horde. The Celestials fight giant bugs. Have it be the Horde.
Yeah.
No, why not?
I mean, like, there's a lot of ideas that they can pull. I mean, they probably they for sure they have ideas that are like that trump everything that we're saying. You know,
100%. I've got no doubt about that. but I mean, like the last two parts, people have been like, "Why are you ever complicating it?" It's just like I'm just having fun with it. I know it's not going to be as complicated as I make it out to be, or whatever I would like to see. I'd be happy, you know, just having a good Fantastic Four movie. Like I'm fine. Yeah. You know, I just want some fun with it.
Just give me a movie that I can go, yeah, that's a Fantastic Four movie. Yeah. You know, like just wash the taste out of my mouth from any of the movies that come prior to this. You know, and I'll be happy.
Just want to break the formula. You know, keep some of it there, but just change up a bit. Now, why not?
Yeah. You know, I love that annihilation. I mean, the bug thing too, because it's kind of like, because like if you think about it, like. An army doesn't just send the general in right away, you know. No. So you first get the Marines, which could be the Marines are the bugs. Then you got the heralds, the actual people, like the physical beings of heralds. They could be like the generals, and then you got the corp, like the, you know, they got the head honcho, which is Galactus. You know, like because Galactus, I don't think would just come right away. You know, maybe you send in everybody to kind of soften it up, and then you go, all right, it's ready.
He has his cooks make the food for him. He just eats it.
Yeah, and like you could take these ideas and kind of like throw it into the Silver Surfer movie and kind of flesh it out a little bit more. You know, like you're introducing these bugs, but then like you in the Silver Surfer movie when they make it, they're gonna take these characters and just kind of like you're gonna see more of like what happens, what's the process of these things, what do they do, you know, like it could lead into that.
No, I like that idea.
Yeah,
people are going to be like, "What the hell would you want the bugs?" It's like, because I'm a madman. I'm a madman. They were dumb in the comics, but I want them. That's why I want them. They're dumb.
I think the way you said it, it serves a purpose. It's not just like a.
Yeah, I'd never replace Galactus with the bugs. I'd never call him like whatever. I can't even what they called him. I know
Galactus.
It was something like that. It's like Galactus. I can't. It was like it was Galactus, like, but it was made into 3 words or some dumb idea like that. And like, the concept of them are cool. Like, why not? Do it.
Yeah, I mean, like, why not take something that's cool and kind of like, I mean, you know, you could take the best parts of all the stupid stuff and just leave the stupid stuff on the side and take all that cool stuff and just kind of incorporate it. And that's exactly what Marvel, the MCU, like, I'm sure Feige's looking at every aspect of all these characters and every book and every interpretation and they're going to go, yeah, I think this is cool. And because they've done it before in the past where they cherry picked like Ultimates in the, you know, the MCU proper, you know, and just kind of merged.
I mean, you know, look at Avengers 1. They took really the first issue of Avengers, but made it crust with Ultimates, like very much inspired by Ultimate Cap. Yeah, not the racist part of Ultimate Cap, but like
Take the fascist part out and just leave that, you know.
He doesn't hate the French as much as Ultimate.
Could you see? But could you see Chris Evans saying half the lines?
After Knives Out, absolutely I could. And
Yeah.
I kind of hate the fact we ain't gonna get just like no,
Yeah,
give me fascist
I mean,
Cap.
Look, like with these what ifs coming out, you never know. Like,
I mean, that's
I don't
true.
Think you're gonna get,
that's true.
You're not gonna get fascist Cap probably, but you're gonna get like
I'd love
maybe
fascist Cap. Just to see people. You know, we've had that reaction once before with Nick Spencer doing Secret Empire. I'd love to see people just melt down again. No.
Well, I mean, they could go one step further and say Red Skull's his son too. You know, like, just kind of throw it in there, man. You know, if you're gonna get hate, you might as well get it right.
People ain't ready. They ain't ready.
Yeah,
they never will be ready.
not for a Red Skull son of Cap. No, yeah, that's a Bendis thing for sure.
Oh, Bendis! Oh no.
I mean,
it's probably Bendis that made the Galactus bugs, to be honest.
You love to hate that guy though. So like, I mean, I'll give him credit though. He did something different, but like it not necessarily worked every time. You know, doing something different.
Bendis very much had his era when he was working in his own wheelhouse.
Yeah.
You put him in a shared wheelhouse, and it kind of goes wonky.
Yeah, I mean, like doing something good and different, and doing something different, two totally different things. You know, like
100%.
You know, like, yeah. Like
my final question for you for this episode: who would you cast as Galactus? Because it's an important role. Because the dude talks. The dude has a character. He's got a very, what's the word? Very tragic characters. This guy.
Yeah.
He's someone.
Oh man. Hello.
Hello. I'm still here.
Okay. Well, I think it's been happening one too many times. I hear dead silence. But I think with I think you get two different people. Once you show the character, you have to get it. You have to get maybe Andy Serkis or one of those guys that does Toby Campbell that does a lot of mocap stuff. But the voice, man, I want to get somebody that like. I don't know if you remember Orson Welles. He did the voice for Unicron in the Transformers movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I hear Galactus, I kind of hear that, but I know you can't get Orson Welles. But
I was going to say there's a slight problem there.
Yeah, but
just
small. I think you get somebody in that caliber that does the voice. Like, I want to say Anthony Hopkins, but like,
he'd been good.
But like, yeah, but I mean, look, you could do that. Like, you don't necessarily look. We've had plenty of people pull double duty,
Yeah.
And and doing the voice is not like, it's not like Gemma Chan doing. She's doing completely different characters, but like you see her face. Like with this, it's just the voice. Like you don't necessarily count somebody out because they've already done a role or two in the movie. I see somebody very stoic. I want to see Anthony Hopkins, but like I could also see Vincent D'Onofrio doing the voice. Like, like he's got that like. I mean, look, I'm going back to my old Daredevil days and saying, like there's something about how he delivers the lines.
He's got a rawness to it.
Yeah, he freaks me out. He freaked me out one time on set because, like, I know he's acting, but like the way he delivered a line, I forgot what I think it might have been. It was just a calm line, and it was just kind of terrifying to hear come out of his voice, and like. I see a character. I see a character actor or an actor that has that way to kind of like put chills down your spine, And I can see either I'm gonna lean more towards Vincent because of that fact. Because like you got to realize like when they do this voice, it's gonna be modulated. You're probably not gonna you're probably not gonna know that it's him so much, but like. I think he can deliver it even with that that distortion in the voice to get. He just kind of reminds me of that Orson Welles type, and like. I'm not saying that Orson Welles is like the greatest actor, but like when he did those lines for Unicron, it just
he had a good Unicron voice.
Yeah, he had that voice, that presence with it, and like if you close your eyes, it's kind of scary, like you picture this big overgrown bear, delivering these lines,
yeah,
pretty much like the complete opposite, and but like I think D'Onofrio could do it. That's just my pick.
See, I've got a couple. I had three, but I just literally went to say the three in my head again. I can't remember the third one. But I think one's kind of a safe bet. I think one's very much a safe bet. First one's probably a bit more left field. Mark Hamill.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. I mean,
it's one of those. I'm not sure if he could do it, but I'd like to see him try.
I think he's got it, man. Like there's something about him that he's a great actor, but like as a voice actor, he's phenomenal. He can do a lot of things. Because
I think that Mark Hamill could nail the whole like origin of Galactus.
Yeah,
he could knock that. It's just whether his voice can do like the big tower in Galactus. Like,
well, I mean, like I said though, you're gonna they're gonna change the voice and manipulate that in post production. So like it, I think it all comes down to, hey, can he deliver the lines the way whoever directs it wants it that way? Like because all the other stuff can be manipulated post production. So like.
Yeah,
I think that's a good choice. I mean, like he's a phenomenal like voice actor. I mean, like the Joker voice is like completely different from like what his normal voice is.
It's true
to an extent, but he's more successful as a voice actor than he was ever as an actor.
That's true.
That's a good choice. That's a good choice, I think.
Now, my second one, which I think is probably the safest one. If he were just a slightly bit younger,
don't say Benedict Cumberbatch, man.
I don't know if he's gonna make it to when this movie comes out. If I hope and pray he does, because I want it to happen. James L. Jones.
Oh yeah, Simba himself, Darth Vader. Yeah,
Mufasa himself. Yeah.
yeah. I'm sorry, but he does. I mean, that Darth Vader voice is like great. It's legendary, man. Like. I think, he's got a natural baritone too. So like he's, like, yeah, I like it. I like this too.
Don't know if you're establishing a threat, like have like one of the most iconic voices just like come out. Yeah.
I mean that's not a bad choice at all because like he does got like if you close your eyes and you listen to like his voice, it's got that nice like deep baritone voice, and like if he I think he's the type of actor that can deliver that like that stoic, like that those lines the way you envision. Like I would love for him to like read a panel of like a word balloon of like Galactus, it's just,
so good.
Yeah, and you almost don't have to change his voice all that much either. So
no. I've seen people say Liam Neeson. I'm just like, yeah, let's not get Liam Neeson. Like, no.
I think he's got a couple humps to clear before he can get back to doing mainstream stuff. Like, yeah, I can see the memes on that a mile away, man. Like, so Galactus is like it's a black.
But yeah, we won't go that far. But on that note,
sounds like a racist.
So yeah, that would be. James in an ideal world, James L. Jones would be my Galactus.
No, I like that choice. I like that better than I like that better than Mark Hamill.
Oh, so do I. But Mark Hamill was more like the left field. Like, I'd be interested to see if he could do it. Sort of pick.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know. If I had to pick one of them, I would definitely pick James Earl Jones. I would love to hear what Hamill could do with it. I don't know.
It's just not the safe bet. It's kind of like it's very much one of those. sort of thing.
Plus, they both have a relationship with Disney, so it's like it's not like kind of crazy for either one of those people to.
It's true, very true.
And like, I would love to see Mark Hamill in the Marvel universe. So, like,
yeah, I think I kind of want to see him more as the gardener than anything, like just at least an elder of the universe. Just make him something like that, please.
Well, didn't he play one of those in The Last Jedi? I mean, he did have.
He was essentially the gardener in that movie, so yeah.
He looked like that character. I was just like,
hey, James Gunn, do the thing. But
yes.
But yeah, so that's gonna bring us into part 3. We might return to Fantastic Four at some point. Who knows? Probably will actually, because Galactus is kind of like
we planted the seeds, so like it's eventually. It's if the.
I think I'm going to have to make it a part 4. Actually, we might go just for a stand, like a quick and dirty 4.
Yeah, like I always saw the Fantastic Four going past the 3rd movie, anyways. To be honest.
Oh yeah, same. Because you need like the Council of Reeds. Like you can't do Galactus in one movie. No.
Yeah, like there's like certain characters that I can only see 3 movies and I can see the movie completely. Like. And they could be elsewhere in the universe, but like Fantastic Four, ever since they announced the Thor: Love and Thunder, I'm like, it could work.
If Thor can get a 4th, then the Fantastic Four should get at least 4.
I mean, it plays on the name anyways. So, I mean, like there's so many things you can do that with marketing. So
yeah. So you know what? Actually, no. I've convinced myself. We're going to change pants on the fly. We are absolutely going to come back and do a 4th. So,
I've convinced you.
Absolutely going to come back and do a 4th. It's only right that we give these damn people a 4 good movies. Yes, just so the good movies outweigh the amount of bad movies. Because we've got 3 bad. Yeah. No, we've got 4 bad movies. We need 4 good movies. Make it.
I almost forgot about that last one.
I was like Roger Corman in the 2000s movies, and I was like, oh yeah, that was the Phantom 4 stick.
I'll be honest with you, I found more enjoyment out of that Corman movie than I did in the Trank movie. So
I mean, at least it looks like the Fantastic Four.
It's true.
The worst part is that was the most accurate one out of the bunch. So
that was the saddest part.
Yeah. Just like these poor people. So yeah, we'll see you hopefully this week. If not, it'll be next Monday again. You might even just do it. See if we can do it an earlier day than what we usually record at. We'll figure out. You'll get it out. You'll get it.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It'll definitely happen. Just a case of when. Might get it early, might get it late. Who knows? So yeah, thanks for joining and stopping by. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next time. So bye.
Later.